Hello, today we are going to learn a few skills about how to use Google Drive in order to create our devotional booklet. There will only be one document created and we will all follow the same format so that our booklet looks the same throughout. Therefore, there are only a few skills I want to make sure to show you today. First and foremost, you need to know the format of our book. We'll have our cover page, then we'll have a table of contents, then we will have an introduction, and then we will start in with our first prayer and grouping of devotionals. Each prayer and devotional will have a picture created by the student to correlate with it. The left-hand side of the open book will be the picture with a caption and the artist's name. The right-hand side of the book will be the devotion with a title and the author's name. So to go about that, that means the first page everyone will be creating should be the page with their image, which is the artwork you've created. So first you need to know how to do that. And so you're going to want to insert an image. And there's many ways. If you took a snapshot with your computer, or if you took a picture, sent it to your email, and then saved it to your computer, you're going to need to upload it. So go ahead and find your image that you took a picture of. Now for today's purposes, if you save one to your desktop that you can't find from the internet, that is perfectly fine. I'm just using a screenshot that I've already taken in the past. You can do that as well. If there's a screenshot on your computer, just upload that screenshot. Once that's done, you have your image here. Then, however, I wanted to also let you know something else about format is our page setup will all be the same, so you won't need to worry about any of that. But our top is only going to be 0.5 inches, our bottom is the same, but our left is going to stay 1-inch margins, because if we think about it, where do we bind books? We bind books on the left side, so we need to keep our margins larger there. And then our right, again, will be 0.5. That is all I need to do for my page default. When I do that, my picture moves automatically. Now you want to make sure that you're happy with the way that your picture looks and it's appropriately where it needs to be placed. So if you were to need to crop your image, you'd want to click crop image and say, yeah, I don't want any of this white space. So I'm going to come in around my white space and I'm going to crop my image. And notice your image automatically adjusts where it is at that point. And then if your image has been cropped and it moves and you don't want it where it is, when you're finished cropping, click again. And now, if you want to move your image, you are still able to do so as well. You could just choose to center it. You could have it justified. So I would ask that everybody go ahead and center their image, and then you can adjust the size accordingly so that it can take up as much space as possible, really, because we want the readers of the book to be able to see the artwork that you've created. So that's as large as my picture could be with the margins that are set without cutting anything off. Then, once I have done that, now Google Drive is a little different in the sense that you can't just add a caption, which we like. But what is interesting, so the way that we're going to go about adding a caption is this. You can click on your picture, and if these words don't show up, click on paint format, and then they'll come up. Right now our text is inline, which means it's going to jump all over the place. But you can also choose to wrap your text around your image, and it gives here 1/8 of an inch margin, meaning that it's a very small margin near the picture. So you can choose 1/8 inch margin. That's perfect. Once that's there, then if I were to press enter, and it would go all the way down by my picture. As soon as I get to the bottom, I'm directly below it at 1/8 of an inch margin, and now I have room for my caption. All of your captions of your photos should include the same thing: the title of your artwork that you created, and then a dash, and then your name. And that's all we need for our captions for our photo. Now, also, after you've done that, you are ready to move on to your next image, your next page. So what you need to do then is you have to do insert page break, and we are ready for our next page. Everybody's next page needs to look the same as well. You're going to center align it. You're going to choose a title. Our font for our title we will vote upon before we have our actual one that we do, but we're going to go ahead and say that today our font we're working with is going to be Droid Sans. and you will put the title of your devotion. You will press enter and center a line again. This time you're going to do subtitle, and it's always good to maintain the same look with your title and your subtitle. And this is where you're going to write by, and then you'll write your name. And if you worked with somebody on this, of course you put both of your names there, because this is your opportunity to give credit where credit is due. Then I want you to press enter twice, and your devotion is ready to be written. Now, today we're not writing our actual devotion, so I would like you to write me a short 3 to 5 sentence paragraph on what it is that you wish for Christmas. So, all I want for Christmas is, tell me about that, okay? The next thing I want you to do is at the very beginning of all I want for Christmas is, or the very beginning, in other words, of your devotion, we want to make sure that everybody remembers what devotional theme these fit with. And so we are going to be inserting something called a footnote. And so you'll press insert and you'll press footnote. And down there, the number 1 pops up because that tiny number 1 is going to be at the top as well. And all of you have decided on themes for each month worth of devotion. And so you would put the month that your devotion or your prayer is representing, and then you would tell me what the theme is. I do not know if December is actually anticipation. I don't have the notes with me today. And we will have all of those notes. But then that footnote is there, and that will show up on the bottom of your page with your devotion. So what you need to do today is you need to insert an image, and below it you need to have a caption. I forgot to state that I do not want your caption in the normal font, so I'm glad that I looked back at that. I do want it to still be in the Droid Sans so that we're matching there. I also want it to be size 10, and I want it to be italics. And so then you should have a page break that then goes to the next page. You should have a title of your devotion. You should have by and your name. You should have a paragraph that's 3 to 5 sentences that tells me about what you want for Christmas. That paragraph needs to be indented. I indented by pressing tab once, and then it also only indented on the first line. After that, it should go back to the full margin size. And at the bottom, you should have a footnote telling me which month it's representing. If you have any questions, please ask your teacher. I will be sharing this document with all of 7th grade. If you did not receive it, please ask for it to be shared with you. You do not need to create a new document. You need to come to the bottom of the one that's already been here, and you simply say, or the bottom, when I say bottom, you can't go to footnote, but to the bottom of the one that's already there, and you just say insert page break so that you have the opportunity to start on a new page. Good luck. I look forward to seeing what you want for Christmas, and I will answer any questions you have later this week.